What's up, my Glib Globs? We're here at Ninjaquest NNL Qualifier. Great action going on inside. Let's see what's going on.
Thank you, Tyler, for that awesome introduction. So this weekend we were at Ninjaquest, so let's take a look at the course. Obstacle 1 was the rising steps. Competitors ascended through the steps and then to a cat. Second obstacle competitors would face is the rope swing. Following that, they would go right into the rolling bridge, a series of spinning bridges that ascend. Next up, competitors would tackle the jumping spider. For the athletes that made it past the jumping spider, they would then go on to face the spider flip. You had to shimmy your way across the bottom of here, climb up to the top, and then when you got to the top, you'd have to make a transfer across this pretty decent sized gap before shimmying down the other side. After that, competitors would move on to face the warped wall. Competitors that made it past the wall would then face a series of upper body challenges. First, they would go to the salmon ladder and go up 2 rungs. From there, they would use a rope to transfer over to the floating monkey bars. They would then take this long sequence all the way to the end. Competitors that made it all the way through that would have their work cut out for them. The last 4 obstacles all stayed off of the ground. Basically, competitors had to go through the wing nut, then the floating cliffhanger, following that up with the floating poles, and then the pole push, all without touching the ground. So the course was really a tough one. Let's see how some of the athletes did. Looking right here at Zach Day, teenager. He's been placed high in the NNL before. I was really surprised he did not qualify. He had a really strong run early on. Great technique over here on the wing nut, and then was able to stop his swing going into the cliffhanger holds. But then he just gassed out, moving from the pipes over to the ring. Kind of a shocker there. We also had Ninja for a Cure founder, Henry Ferrarin, coasting through the beginning part of the course, but then he was unable to make the lache on the wing nuts. And then Dusty McKinley looked fresh early on, moving through the course with ease, before he ended up misplacing on the monkey pegs. So looking at our top 3 finishers for the girls, we had Bree Widener. She flew through the course, making the first half of it look pretty easy and pretty fun. You can see her here using no legs on the spider flip. She looked really solid until she got to the floating monkey peg, where she was just unable to hold on. One of our teen girls, Rachel Brown, was able to find her way into second place with a really solid run on the first half of the course. She was able to get up the wall. She did 2 rungs on the salmon ladder, and then she gassed out in the exact same spot as Bree. However, she was able to get there with a faster time. So that only leaves 1 place left for the females, and that is the first place finisher, Jessica Clayton. She looked unbelievable through the first couple of obstacles. You can see her here making quick work of the monkey pegs and looking really strong on the salmon. Then as she gets over to the wing nut, flawless technique. She's one of the only athletes I saw catch with both hands, one on either side. So really impressive there. And now going into this back grueling upper body part, you can see she's kind of gassed. She's not really sure what she wants to do with grabbing the cliffhanger hold, so she's going to shake out and then try again, but inevitably she's going to go down after a couple of moves here, but it was good enough for first place. What an impressive run by Jessica. So on the male side of the action, the last 3 obstacles, the wing nut, floating cliffhanger, floating poles, hole punch, 4 obstacles, was really the deciding factor in who was going to place. So right here we have our 3rd place finisher, Joey DeSocio. You can see him, he is looking really strong up to this point, but then he just gasses on the hole punch, the very last obstacle. Tyler Gillett was able to secure 2nd place by getting through the floating cliffhanger and the floating poles a full 40 seconds faster than the 3rd place finisher, Joey. And then he looked like he was going to make it all the way through to the end of the hole punch before he ends up missing a hand placement and then going down just before the finish. But an incredible run by Tyler. So our 1st place finisher was Ethan Swanson, but you have got to hear the live commentary from the event.
Let's get him to the finish. Let's take up
on, Ethan. Let's do it. You got this.
Slow and steady. Pushing it through here. Pushing it through. Pushing it out. Slow and steady. He's getting good technique. Come on. Out this one. He's saving that grip. He's got to get both poles all the way through to the outside by the ball. Got to get them all the way out. Hands going to be out on the outside. His hands are there. His hands are there. He's got to make the transfer. He's got to get onto that platform.
So what an incredible finish there by Ethan Swanson. Great comp put on by Ninjaquest. Can't wait to see what they do at finals. So this is the look at the upcoming schedule. We have Obstacle Academy coming up this weekend, followed by NOLA Muscle Park, Kinetic Ninja Warrior on the East Coast, and then Apex out on the West before heading down south to Ninja Lounge. So there's some exciting events coming up. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the action.